I would say this is the number one most important strike in mixed martial arts. So first we get our stance, okay? And the first most basic strike is the jab. Jab. Jab is a straight punch with your lead hand. And the jab is really a finder punch. So if this is my opponent here, if I throw a jab, I know I'm not in range to hit him. So with my other jab, I'll step in. And once I know that I can touch him, then I can punch him with my right hand, I can punch him with my left hand, I can go for a takedown. I know that I'm in range of my opponent. And there's a number of ways you could throw the jab. You could throw it standing still, which is good because it's a defensive move as well. It keeps your opponent away from you when you throw that jab. And it also lets you know if the opponent is close enough for you to hit him. So I'm here. I like to throw a jab and then step into the second jab. And when you step into the second jab, your foot slides forward, and when your hand comes back, your back leg comes back to regain your stance. Jab, jab. Now when you throw your jab, you want to keep your elbows tucked in as much as possible. The more tucked in your elbows are, the more your entire body goes into the strike. It's an art. There's an art to it. If my arm comes out here and I throw the jab, it's just the power of my arm in the punch. But if I can keep my elbows in and throw the jab, my whole entire body goes into the strike. So it's dropping straight down is what it's doing. It drops straight down, kind of like a fly swatter. If you hit something with a fly swatter, that's what you want your jab to look like. Boom, boom. And you can also do a lunging jab. That's where you cover a lot of distance with that jab. That's what George St. Pierre was really well known for. It's like a fencing jab, sport of fencing. And you lunge as far as you can. It's where you can attack from a really far distance. I'm really far out here, and I go boom, throw that lunging jab. And you're using your footwork to move around a lot. But it's really important when you throw your jab, you want to throw it metal to magnet. So your hand's metal, your opponent is magnet. And so you turn that magnet on, boom, you go straight to what you're hitting. You don't want to wind up at all. Because if I wind up here, first of all, I'm telling them I'm going to throw a punch with that hand. So you want it to just come straight out. And you also get your body more into it better that way. And it's offensive and defensive simultaneously. So when I throw it straight out, you can see my face is covered through the whole strike. Right? Whereas if I drop my hand first, now I'm exposed. Or if I drop my hand after, now I'm exposed. So something you want to do is constantly practice what you call walking the jab. And you're going to go step, jab, pull the hand, pull that back leg simultaneously. And the jab, when you get that middle line jab, you want to look at your opponent like the sights on a gun or something. Center of mass is going to be the easiest target to hit if you throw center of mass. Now if you're throwing a body shot, you don't necessarily want to reach down. It's better if you crouch down, because then you can still throw your punch up and it's going to defend your face. But center of mass is your highest probability of landing. But you can throw the jab here, You could throw it out to here if you had to, or across your body, high or low. It's all still a jab. And the best fighters in the world, Muhammad Ali used a jab. He just had a really quick jab. His jab was really quick, and he combined it with really good head movement, upper body movement, and footwork. But that jab is your setup. Throw the jab, step into the jab, and now when you land that jab, that sets up your right hand. You're going to spin on that back leg, and you can throw that right hand. The right hand sets up the hook and the uppercuts. Okay? And that's all of your boxing punches. So if you can get into range with that jab, then you can throw the right hand, hook, uppercuts. Okay? But it's all comes off the jab. So you want to throw jab, step into a jab, boom, 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 boom. Jab. It's still right hand, right? But you could change the trajectory of it. You could throw it as an overhand if you want. Boom. Still right hand. Still the same punch. You can loop it. You could throw it overhand. There's really only 4 punches you could possibly throw. The jab, the cross, and when I throw that cross, what I want to do is I want to sit back on that back leg and spin. Spin. And it's the same thing. It comes straight out and straight back when I throw it. Boom. And that gets my whole body into the punch. Boom. Straight back. If I drop it, I'm exposing myself to get hit with a left hook. So I want to keep defense with my offense when I throw that. Okay? Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, uppercut. And it all comes off of your hips. And you want to twist your toes like you're putting out a cigarette on the ground when you throw hooks and uppercuts. You're getting that hit into it. Your whole entire body goes into those strikes. And when you get inside for inside fighting, like outside fighters, a lot of times they'll throw their punch and they'll move with their feet. Or you might see a fighter lean back, parrying. That's when you deflect the punch. Lean back, footwork. If you want to get inside, if someone throws straight punches on you, you slip, okay? I'm slipping. Or you might bob and weave here. Okay, that's if someone's throwing hooks at you. I'm bobbing and weaving. And I'll do videos showing opponents throwing those and how you could drill those defensive maneuvers. But your defense is offensive because it puts you in a position to throw. And your offense is defensive because it puts your opponent on the defense as well. So you have the jab, cross, hook, uppercut. You have the slip, and you have bobbing and weaving. And you can lean back as well. Or you could use footwork, the basic footwork drills that I showed in the last video. I didn't show this movement though that I like to do for an escape for greater distance. You move your front foot to the back foot and sidestep. Here. It's something to practice. You can also angle out here. If an opponent is coming straight at you, you angle out. Take the angle like they're a train and you're on the train tracks. You're stepping off of those train tracks to get out of the way of the train that's coming straight at you. But the most important thing to practice in a straight line is the jab. Because that's how you're going to set everything else up. I could throw a jab, right? And once I touch you, then I know I could shoot in for a takedown on you. Or you put together different combinations, whatever you want. I could throw any mixture of those strikes of a jab, uppercut, hook, straight, right? I can throw jab, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. There's no limit to the combinations that I can throw, right? You can throw, to throw off your opponent, you can throw like a right hand if you know that you're in range and it's gonna land without throwing a jab first.